Hello, my name's Chrissy, and this is an unexpected video. Um, I had recently finished Beach Read, and I was like, I'm gonna continue on reading Emily Henry's books. Next thing I knew, I was at the bookstore, and I see People We Meet on Vacation and Book Lovers. Yeah, I see them for buy one get one free, or buy one get one half off. And I'm like, I have to get it. So I end up walking home with a copy of People Who Meet on Vacation, Beach Read, and Book Lovers. And I'm like, I'm going to start reading it. But funny thing is, I bought this, but that same day I went to the library and got an exact library copy. Didn't end up reading either until, like, I didn't read this copy that I own. I did not read it. I did not read a single page of it. But the library one, I read like the last 2 or 3 chapters from it. Anyways, this is chaotic. This is going to be a book review. Yeah. Yeah. My first one, I didn't think it would be this. But whatever. It's more fun that way. So, I started this with honestly low expectations. I try not to go into books with very like biased expectations, like, oh, this is not going to be good, or oh, I'm going to love this, whatever. But I did come into it being like, okay, I know there's like a good amount of people that don't like this one as much as the other ones. And when you go on Goodreads, it has a lower rating than, the other popular ones. So it's like, okay, like, I don't think it's going to be as good as Beach Read. And, just it kind of, it has a bunch of things that I don't normally like. So, first is like the past and present. I've read a few books where there are it kind of like past chapter, present chapter, past chapter, present chapter, and I didn't enjoy it. Like, I find myself like not listening, not caring about the past chapters. I kind of only focus on the present, but Emily Henry found a way to make it so interesting, like you cared about this relationship that was being developed throughout the whole story. And so even though I like at the beginning I was like, I kind of don't care. As it comes to the buildup of why they hadn't talked for those two years, I think. I was like, what happened? What happened, right? And so that little mystery aspect kept me like interested throughout like the first 80%. And then when it finally gets revealed, I'm kind of like, I was like, that's kind of dumb. I was like, kind of dumb. But it's like realistic. And that's one of the things I like about Emily Henry's books is it's extremely realistic and it doesn't go the way that you think that it's gonna go. It's not like a rom com where it's like, like butterflies and rainbows, like we have a bunch of issues, but it's fine. We're now married and we have kids. It's like, but y'all weren't compatible from the beginning. Like that doesn't make any sense. It's not realistic. So with Emily Henry's books, I just find everything to be super realistic. Like it hit me in the feels. Okay, so after the reveal of why they stopped talking, whatever. I was kind of let down. I was kind of like, okay, like, I was feeling a 5 star. Now I'm kind of feeling 4.5. But then the end, the last 2 chapters, okay, they broke me. They broke me. I was, my heart was dragged out of my chest, dropped on the floor, run over by an 18 wheeler, picked back up, and then thrown in the trash. That's how I felt. Okay. I usually don't read, I'm just now starting to get into romance books, but I usually don't read like sad books that make me cry, anything like that. I just stay away from those kind of books. So, really, I've never cried with any book that I've read. And I mean, cry like the tear comes naturally down my face. I don't have to like, because like I've teared up, sure, I teared up, but I haven't had like a physical tear like roll down my face. This changed that for me, okay? Just her speech that was a page long, bitch, I was crying. Bitch, I was like, oh my god. I was like, she really put her whole heart out there, and it's hard to be that honest and that vulnerable with somebody. I'm like, even if you've known him for 12 years, whatever, or your whole life, whatever. I was like, oh my god. And then you think that it's gonna be like, oh, like he's gonna be like, oh, love you too, whatever, happily ever. No, no. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm like, oh my god. And I was, my heart broke for her. Okay, I was like, oh my fucking god. And then and then when he explains like his thought process, his feelings, I cry again Cause I'm like, Alex is so sweet, okay? And he overthinks so much to the point where he can't have anything good because he's thinking about all the ways that it can go wrong. And so just that point when he's just vulnerable, he's like, I'm afraid to lose you. I don't know. I don't want you to die. If you die, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. And I'm like, that's so deep. He's thinking so far ahead, and I'm like, man, oh my god, just threw me for a damn loop. Threw me for a damn loop. And after that, I was like, okay, bitch, this shit's a 5 star. This is one of the best books I have ever read. I maybe read, I've maybe read 200 books, but like I said, I'm just starting getting into romance, so it's like different because Dune is my favorite book. But is it? I don't know because it's hard to, you know, categorize like a favorite book of romance versus a favorite book of sci-fi, and I don't know. I don't know where this stands on the ranking, but it's up there. It's top three. I just don't know where in the three that it is. And that was unexpected. I told you, I came into this with like pretty low expectations. I was like, I think this. Oh, and another thing. So, like with Casey McQuiston, the first book that I read by them was One Last Stop. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Okay. And that was the second book that they had come out with. And then I read Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I liked it more. I was like, this is really good. And that was the debut versus the second book. So I thought maybe Emily Henry would suffer from that kind of like almost like second book syndrome. It's not a series, but like, the first one's gonna be so good that the second one's not gonna be as good. But no, this one blew me away. And it was, like friends to not friends to lovers. I don't know. But usually I don't usually I like the enemies to lovers or rivals, some kind of hatred because that automatically builds tension. But this book builds so much tension because you're just like, what the fuck happened? Like they have so much chemistry. They're like on and off, or one person's dating someone, the other person's dating someone, whatever. And it was just you could feel the chemistry just jump off the page. I loved it so much. I wasn't expecting to love it this much. But I'm glad I got a physical copy because I was hesitant to get it because I was like, well, I haven't read it. I don't know if it's even gonna be good, but it's fucking beautiful, so I'm gonna get it. And it was on a BOGO, so I'm happy I made that decision. But this was an easy 5 star, just like Beach Read. Beach Read was an easy 5 star. This was an even easier one because there were so many like realistic moments, like the fact that she goes to therapy. He also goes to therapy. I appreciated that because you know life is difficult and people do go to therapy. So seeing that and that realistic of like, you're not always going to be able to figure it out on your own. Like sometimes you need additional help and like an outside perspective to really know what's going on. And so I really appreciated that. Um, it's just so good. It's just so good. And like, I don't know, just everything with her job too and her career. And like, I think a lot of people will relate to that and just being like, I feel lost. I don't know what I want to do. I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. And just the fact that she was able to change her career, I think that was also really nice and do something that was more true to herself. And it's just so realistic. It's not like a rom-com where it's just like, yeah, like my job's perfect and I have this perfect guy and we live happily ever after, whatever, no problems. Like it is very realistic, and that's what I love about Emily Henry's books. It's like it's not just about the romance. Like the romance is 80% of it, but then that other 20% is like realistic things that adults go through. And so as someone I'm only 22, but I related to a lot of the adult stuff in here where you're like her family dynamics and why she ran away from home, being the quiet person, getting bullied on, like just all these things that are so relatable that just added to the story so much because you are able to connect with her as a character. And it was so good. It was so good. I don't know if I have anything else to say to that because it's so fucking good. I When I finished this book, I was already like, okay, on a reread, this is going to be amazing. And that's how I base 5 stars, but also like my favorite books on the rereading capability. Okay, because I want to reread my favorite books, and I don't want it to be like, well, I know the plot twist and it's not going to be as good, whatever. No, this one I can see myself like rereading and maybe like my life changes to the point where it's like I have different perspectives on certain aspects of this book and the things that she goes through, and it's like a whole different reading experience, or just knowing what happens at the end and how they end up and what they both are thinking, and then rereading the whole entire romance and like the build up and everything, and really understanding like their mindsets while they were doing the things that they were doing and the reasons why they did what they did. So I can see myself rereading this, really loving it. So I'm definitely going to be reading Book Lovers soon. My fiance and I are going to read it together. I'm really excited. I'm really excited, and I already pre-ordered. Was it Happy Place? I think that new book that's coming out. So unexpected, unexpected. But now I can say my favorite genres are sci-fi and romance. Never thought I'd be saying that, but yeah. Thank you for watching this video. Um, Fucking love Emily Henry. Let's go. This was amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.